beauty and brains. It's all in one. We've seen it in Zimbabwean women. But tonight, folks, in closing us off, endorsing not just the patron, but his wife, would you please welcome with me a man that we've grown to love with not that much hate, except when he puts a 15% VAT on our tourism bills. Not his fault. Would you welcome Honorable Minister Dr. Walter Mzembi.
Well, thank you very much, Gary, and your co-presenter. I think I can only start by declaring publicly that my wife does not only have $1 from me, but she has $1 that I'm also paying on her behalf. So here's $2 for the cause. Having said that, let me just state up front that the difference between success and failure is passion. If you have passion for something, it will succeed. And I recall one day in 2014, when I had to cancel my chief executive, the chief executive of the ZTA, on a possible move by his wife into politics. And he was trying to sell me so many reasons about how his wife wanted very much to be in politics and represent Kuwadzana. I asked him the simple question, amongst many reasons that he proffered that morning, and amongst many reasons that I said to him, I'm really against this. Why are you pushing such an innocent woman, well-groomed, good-looking, beautiful, into this game of sharks? And I said, the reason that you have not provided to me is, does she have the passion for politics? Passion. And later on, when I started watching Micah Seke on the many occasions that I did, I realized that what was driving her, in fact, was actually the passion. And today she's here, and in fact, in our midst, the only MP in our midst. I hope there are others, but you represent Parliament here, and I thank you for coming. But let me also applaud the many members of the diplomatic corps that have come to join my wife. We are a very free-spirit couple, myself and my wife. So we have no boundaries in terms of what defines our happiness. Wherever there is happiness, you will find us. Because we don't think that we live for any other purpose other than to be happy. If you are making money where you are seated and it is not making you happy, please stop it. Don't make money. If you are in a career that is pushing you to the limits and it doesn't make you happy, please don't do it. We live for happiness. That's the ultimate delivery in our lives. And I just want, in that vein, to applaud the diplomatic community who are very much part of our lives, as it were, because we are deployed virtually by virtue of my designation as Minister of Tourism to engage the diplomatic community. They represent our source markets where we are looking for the business. So we happen to know many of them, and I don't want to make the mistake of singling you out tonight, but just, Your Excellencies, to welcome you together with your spouses for coming to honor my wife tonight in terms of the vision that she has just shared with us. But we also have many friends in various deployments, in professional deployments, some in the hospitality sector. The past president, for example, of the Zimbabwe Council of Tourism, Nyati, as I refer to him, Glenn Statutory, other than just being one of my managing directors under the sector, is also a very good friend. We relate very well, and I'm sure where I stand here, he represents, at least to those that I can see from here, the sector, and I just want to welcome you. I want to appreciate members of the Fourth Estate, in which my good friend here would be banded under, because that's his area. I recall at some stage when we wanted to do Brand Zimbabwe, the Brand Zimbabwe project. We couldn't think of anybody else other than you, because you are the symbol of articulation of what is Zimbabwean in this country. And I'm very sad to hear and learn that that dream of communication, on communication, that you shared with us during our inclusive government days could be collapsing on the back of variables that we can actually control in order for you to continue living the dream. And I'm obviously going to invite you to the office to discuss, combine the physical with the inward. Because if you give the message on Brand Zimbabwe to a hateful heart, to an unforgiving heart, to somebody with issues, Zimbabwe brand will not sell. You have got a 1.75, 36, 38, 37, whatever they call it. But if the heart is not clean, if the heart is not disposed towards Zimbabwe, that message will not sell. So you have to combine the two. The last message is coming from Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 30. And it says, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Again, the messenger must be a fearful person who understands what is at stake. I can tell you, I am a candidate in a global election. Me, not anybody else. And every time that I knock doors, the first message that I get is, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Nazareth, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Zimbabwe, can anything good come out of Zimbabwe? Africa, can anything good come out of Zimbabwe? When I sit down to articulate the message about what I bring, which was answered by Philip to Nathaniel or whatever, he said, come and see. Come and see means you are going out there to promote Brand Zimbabwe. The only conclusion to this debate about Brand Zimbabwe is its beauty, and the contestations out there is you must choose somebody who is bold enough to go out there and conquer and say, yes, I'm coming from Nazareth, but come and see for yourself. The final message, why I'm endorsing my dear honey, your Pageant, because you are the visionary, is let's avoid sexualization of the girl child. Sexualization. It's a new word in the dictionary. Please write it down. This happens when a person is sexually objectified. When value comes only from one sexual appeal or behavior to the exclusion of other characteristics. Now I'm happy you outlined all these characteristics. You said I want 17 to 24. You don't have to be excluded or shortchanged because you are too short or you are too high. You mentioned all these things. And I said, wow, she's answering that emphasis that I want to see out of future Pageants, where nobody should ever feel discriminated for who they are because they were created in God's image. But the more the merrier. There will be Pageants for the tall and sticky ones. But this particular one that you have conceived today speaks to selling Brand Zimbabwe, and it just requires somebody with the disposition, with the passion, with the anointing to sell Zimbabwe regardless of any challenges that may be brought to her from time to time. So we are looking for a tourism ambassador, and looking at developing the other voice, a different, multiple voice. And my final message, let's not sexualize it. My dear Barbara, you are a great woman. You have conquered where I have also failed to tread sometimes. My wife, we are 17 years in this marriage, but I was so proud tonight, after all those 17 years, where I failed myself to command the Spanish language, to hear you so proudly articulate yourself in the Queen's English, the English language. So I thank you so much. God bless you. And I know that you will succeed in this endeavor. Thank you so much.